Hey folks, oil change on a 2019 Ford Edge. Before I get into it, I'm going to tell you, watch the end of the video, because as I'm going through the video, I am finding out what the actual oil capacity for the engine is, vice what the manual says, and that's a little bit different. So at the ultimate end, I tell you how much it actually takes when I start checking the level after it sets. But rest assured, it is not 5.5, 5.7. It comes out to 6 quarts. So I want to make that clear, because in the video I'll say 5.5, but later on I say I checked the level and then we ended up putting 6 quarts in it altogether. But rest assured, I will not be putting this back on. Yes, that is not going back on as far as when I get done with my oil and coolant change. I will go ahead and toss her up in that hole over there and let the mice feed on it for a while, because I see nothing that tells me that little vent is going to do anything. Besides, they got holes all over this thing, and I'm not sure what those functions are. But there'll be a lot more air flowing over that PTU and around it with that thing off of there than with that, just that little square vent right there. Look at that. See that? Yeah. I don't see that putting out a whole lot of air. It's not forced air. It's just if you're moving. So if you're driving around town, that thing is probably totally useless. But I will take and put these bolts back into place for future use. I'll just torque them up, but I will cover them with some fluid film so they don't get all rusty. But either way, we got the Ford Edge oil changed. Everything's good. And let's go into the video about what I did and how I did it. Well, I could tell you this is going to be a pain. I think these are 7mm. Yeah, they're 7mm. So you got about 11 or 12 of these. And thankfully, my job's easier, because a previous mechanic, let me get this here. Holy cow, previous mechanic lost one. Thank God. Only got to do like 11 of them then. This is the PTU cooler going up to the PTU, as you can see. Yeah, it's just a little air funnel is all it is. That's all it does. Trying to get everything figured out here. Holy cow, camera. Trying to get this camera to focus. There you go. Anyway, little air vent that goes up in there. But yeah, we just got to get all these little things off of here. And then these two little clips here, I'm not sure how those are going to come off. So I think I'll try those first to see what it takes to get them off. And then we'll take this whole felt cover off of here. It's really floppy. I can see this. I don't know. What do you guys think? That could end up being a pain in the butt. But anyway, let's see what we can do here on this. If I can get my camera to sit still. Hold on. Let's see what it takes to get that thing off of there. I don't know if it pops off. Hey, yeah. Yeah. Just grab a little pocket screwdriver. Pull that down and it pops right off. You know, it retains itself. So we'll get those off of there. The other one on this side, since they're 7mm, we're gonna assume they're easy to lose. Yeah, buddy, they're easy to lose. Little tiny things. So we'll go ahead and get the rest of them done. Let me see if I can't get another view. There we go. Another one. So on and so forth. Got a bunch of them here. Let's see if I can't get y'all a better view of the overall landscape. If my camera will stay where it's supposed to. And we'll keep going and going and going. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. I don't know, but go motor scooter, go! Oh boy. As you can see, it starts getting a little tricky. Slide my large carcass out of the way here. Oh boy, that one might be fun. I can see why you lose these things. Holy cow. I'm going to tell you all, this is a royal pain in the butt. I am not impressed with this oil change so far. There you go. We got her off. Not impressed so far. Holy cow. This is not going to be fun. But hey, there's the oil filter. Let's look. Well, there it is. Right there. That's what we're after. Drain plug. And the oil filter. Which is really accessible right there. So, drain plug, oil filter, all that just to get to these two things. Figured they'd have a hole there for the oil filter. That'd be great. But nope, not gonna do it. But anyway, PTU drain plug is right there. And I can't find the fill plug. I don't know where the fill plug went. I thought it was over here someplace. Feels like it's right there. Where my finger's at. So, easily accessible. Hardly take any time. And it looks like they're square. So a ratchet would probably do her. But we'll go ahead and do that here. Eventually. I'm going to wait till 10,000 miles. I want to make sure I got 10,000 on it. Only got 88 now, but holy cow. Let's go ahead and see if we can't get something going here. Get the oil changed. And you got to get my Fumoto plug on there. So I have to get a wrench to pull this off and then put the Fumoto in once it drains. There you have it. That's what the whole unit looks like. You can see it's ducted to get in there. This is the part number in case you ever feel the need to buy a new one. I don't know how long this is going to last for me, but there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There's supposed to be 11 of those little screws. One's missing, so that tells me it's had the oil changed at least once and they managed to lose the screw. These are the little clips. Just pry it down with a flat, little tiny pocket screwdriver and then it releases that. Then it just falls right out. So there's only 2 of those, one on each side. But that's what it is. So now let's go ahead and get that drain bolt and drain the oil. First things first, we'll go ahead and take the old cap off. Take the dipstick out. I gotta take the dipstick and clean it. There it is. There we go. Let's go ahead and change this oil. Remember, like, subscribe, join MACTFORDEDGE on YouTube. Hit that like button for me, folks. The more likes, the better, and higher up I go. Also, FordEdge, MACTFORDEDGE on Facebook. Join up that group because we always have good things going on. So I want to promote it as far as the Facebook group where you can get all your questions answered. But whatever you do, like the videos and also support the Facebook group. Go to MACTForDedge.com for all the information you want on your Ecoboost and other Ford Edges and models and engines. You will always find lots of information there, including manuals, oil testing, everything you could ever imagine, including t-shirts, stickers, and everything else on the social media tab, where you can join in and also put yourself on the map so everybody knows where everybody's at, city and state, and you can maybe get together and we can have some meets once things get calmed down. But anyway, go ahead, like, subscribe, join. Well, since this is the first oil change I've done on it, probably the second one ever in its life, I'm assuming it's the Motorcraft blend oil, 5W30 that they put in it. So that being said, we're going to be putting this in there. That's right, red line SN Plus 5W30. That's what we're going to be putting in there, and I believe it takes about 5.5 quarts. So we'll go ahead and put the filter on and fill her up and run her and get everything going. And that's a 5-quart jug, so I'll need a little bit of the second quart. But otherwise, the filter, what filter is it? It is the PBL 10 241, which happens to also be the same filter that my 2005 Toyota uses. So that is a filter we'll be putting in her. Then we'll have that covered. Now to drain the oil and get a sample. Yeah, looks like I had the zoom on there, so I might have to do the reverse process for a video, but we'll go ahead and get us a sample. I already pre-loosened it because, quite frankly, this is going to take a little bit of coordination. Boy, that's a long bolt. There we go. Made a big old mess. Let's get some of that oil. There we go. All set. Let that drip dry for a little bit yet. Next thing's next. We have the Fumoto F107SX. It's a M12 and 1.75 for threads. It's a 2-piece unit, so we'll go ahead and put this together and install it after we get the oil filter on and off. But this will be what we'll be using to drain the oil. No more removing bolts. It's pretty simple. All you have to do is go ahead and take this bolt, throw it through here. It's got a gasket on it, and that goes into the oil pan where the bolt would be, and you use a 17mm socket on the end to tighten her all up. And then after that, you're all set. No more tools. You just open the valve. It's closed right now, but you just lift it up to drain the oil. I'm trying to do this one-handed, so that ain't always going to work. Just like so. Just lift it up and turn it. That's all you got to do. And it seats back down. Holds it in place so it won't go anywhere. I have my oil filter wrench just in case the mechanic ahead of me got a little ambitious. They like to put them on really tight. Oh, I'm in luck. We actually had a good mechanic work on this car. Either that or somebody really weak. Let's see. With my hands, no less. See how much of a mess it makes. There we go. Drain that bad boy out. And that is the FL9 something. Can't read it. Don't have my glasses on. We'll get the number for you. FL910S is what the oil filter is. No ring on there, so we're good to go there. And check the oil filter, all good. Get a little oil from the engine that's still draining. Holy cow, this thing's still draining. We'll go ahead and put this oil filter right on there. Okay, you just put this plug right here, the Fumoto, and then you just tighten her up. There you go, nice and snug. And then when you go to drain it, you just do that, and as you can see, oil comes out. So that ought to tell you that it drains out pretty good, no problems, and we can carry on. Now we can fill her up with oil. I won't put the cover back on until I got it filled up and check for leaks, and then we'll go from there. But as far as it hitting anything, everything else here is lower than this is. So if you're hitting this right up here, yeah, could you break it off? You're going to be breaking a lot of other things in the process. So yeah, that's about where you're at. But you know, I'm not going to concern myself about it because I don't four-wheel drive with this thing. And if I'm hitting something way up here, I'm already hitting my transmission and, you know, air conditioning and, you know, the frame. It's all hidden already. So whatever you're doing, you're not doing yourself any justice at that point. There we go. 5.5 quarts of the Redline Professional SN Plus 5W30. And we just got to put the cap on and dipstick in. Now you got to wait a few minutes because I guess it takes a while for this oil to go down. No oil leakage underneath. And we've let it set for a few minutes, so let's go ahead and start her up. And we'll check her out. Make sure we got everything where we need it to be. As a follow-up, I added exactly 5.5 quarts of oil to the engine, but the oil filter was not filled yet, and my dipstick came out reading 1/2 quart low. So I have added about another 1/2 quart or less. We'll let it set for a while and drain down and see where it comes out at. But yeah, 5.5 wasn't enough. So maybe it holds closer to 6 with an empty oil filter. We shall soon find out. Now that I've let it set, added another 1/2 quart, we are pretty much spot on the money. So, moral of the story, it takes 6 quarts for the 2.0 Ecoboost with an empty oil filter. Yeah, folks, that's the oil change. 6 quarts, 5W30 and the 2.0 Ecoboost for the 2019 Ford Edge. That's with an empty oil filter. So you add all the oil up in the manual and what you got to fill the oil filter up, you come out to 6 quarts. Right at spot on the money. So hey, this little 2.0 Ecoboost definitely likes its oil, because it takes the same amount of oil as a 3.5 Duratec, so the capacities are equal on that. But rest assured, got to change them oils and make sure you take care of your Ecoboost and make it run down the road for a long time.